caregiver anxiety in FPIES is rarely talked about. We are changing that today. But what is FPIES? FPIES, food protein-induced enterocolitis syndrome, is a non-IgE food allergy, which is different from the IgE-mediated food allergies that could potentially be anaphylactic. Acute FPIES involves excessive vomiting, which could lead to severe dehydration, and shock, which is a medical emergency requiring IV hydration. Chronic FPIES may include diarrhea and poor weight gain. FPIES does affect babies more often than adults. Examples of common FPIES triggers are rice, oat, milk, soy, sweet potato, and peas, but any food can trigger an FPIES reaction, even quinoa and blueberries. So how does this affect the caregivers to people with FPIES? Charts of low and high risk foods exist, and while they are useful in predicting how likely a food will be a trigger in a group of babies, they are not designed to predict the risk of a reaction in an individual baby. In short, this means you will not know if your baby will react to a food until you feed it to them. It is not simply avoiding known triggers, but being prepared to learn about new triggers with every new food. This means caregivers always need to be prepared to respond in case a severe reaction happens requiring medical attention. While some babies may react to one food, some may react to 3 or more foods. Remember that any food can be a trigger, and there is no way to predict if a reaction will happen until you feed it to the baby. This is why FPIES caregivers often talk about the safe foods that can be eaten, while carefully and consciously trialing new foods. Each new food introduction comes with a new wave of anticipatory anxiety. A baby has to learn to eat many different foods, and one can argue that introducing new foods to an FPIES baby is just as stressful, or perhaps more stressful, than an oral food challenge at an allergist's office where the child is medically monitored by the allergist. Since food introductions for FPIES babies are mostly done at home, parents are left to their own devices, simply hoping that nothing happens. The unpredictable nature of this condition means the psychological toll on FPIES caregivers is significant, and just like FPIES itself, it is not discussed enough. So, if you work with FPIES caregivers, check in on them to see how they are coping and ask how you can support them in their specific circumstances. Families dealing with FPIES may benefit from working with a team of healthcare professionals, including dietitians, occupational therapists, counselors, allergists, pediatric gastroenterologists, and pediatricians. Please check out the FPIES provider directory for more information.